All right, welcome back to Shib Planet, everyone. This is Ace. I just thought I'll just jump on real quick and just do a live stream, and we can discuss, some community responses regarding the Shiba Inu AMA, which went on pretty much about 24 hours ago. I just wanted to get a feel of the community, how you guys thought. I think I've seen a couple of polls, and overall, I say the vast majority of the community responses have been fairly positive. So we're just going to come here and just do a quick recap and just maybe talk about some of the main points, and maybe give people an opportunity to ask some questions and stuff. So I'm just going to quickly send this on Twitter and see if we can get some additional people to join. I know this is not this is more going to be tailored for those on the east side of the world, because I know I think people on the west are probably still sleeping at the moment, but that's just my time zone at the moment. So let's see what we can do with that. Hey, so I just wanted to know, can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure that my audio is working. I'm just going to type that on here. Can you hear me, guys? Before we start chatting up. So basically, hey mate, how's it going? Shib Army New Zealand, what's cracking, bruh? Awesome, good. It's good that everyone's jumping in. So I think let's just get right to it. So obviously the Shiba Inu AMA jumped on yesterday, and we had a bunch of the panelists. We had Queenie and Archangel. We had Shib Informer. We also had some special guest appearances from William Volk himself, and some additional community panelists. So the purpose of today's live stream is just to have just a rough overview and a recap, just so we can test out some of the community sentiment. As I said at the beginning of the stream, pretty much the community response, at least according to Milkshake's poll, has been actually very positive, a lot more positive than the live stream from last time. And I think that's pretty much because this is probably Shiba Inu's proper second AMA, and I think the panelists have worked out their nerves and stuff like that. So let's see what we can crack with that. So the AMA actually started yesterday with a discussion from the Shib Informer himself, where he spoke about the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So let me know if you got, like, what did you guys think of in general, of the AMA in general, and what were the big points which you guys sort of enjoyed? Basically, when Shiba Informer started, he spoke in general about the Shiba Inu ecosystem. As most of you guys already know, the Shiba Inu ecosystem is a 3-token ecosystem, and it's built, and all the utility is going to be built on Shibarium. So that's pretty much like a foundation of it. And we've got the decentralized exchange, ShibaSwap, and the community is mostly interested in things like burns and stuff, as we all are. And that was one of the big announcements which came out yesterday. So I think there's a poll from Shib Knight. So one of the first polls I saw, he says, "Are you happy with the Shipburn Portal announcement?" So an overwhelming 88% would say yes. I wouldn't. I'm surprised anyone even said no, because that's pretty much all we anyone on social media craves for Shiba Inu. So basically, what the Shipburn Portal is, not much detail was given concerning that, but we know that a lot of people have requested it since the beginning. I even once made a video about it. So when ShibaSwap 2.0 comes out, oh, by the way, guys, this is just my opinion, and based on what has been discussed. Basically, when ShibaSwap 2.0 comes out, there will be a complete redesign of all this. At the moment, this is just version 1, and we've got a number of functionalities. Our TVL is just under 200 million, and sometimes it goes up to 300 mil. So I think what they mean is one of these tiles, however it's going to look, there's going to be a portal which is going to allow people to perform some sort of burns. So the only way which I personally see that happening is if those burns are somehow voluntary, because Shiba Inu has 549 trillion tokens which are currently in circulation. Not many people understand what in circulation means. In circulation pretty much means it's in the hands of people. So let me see if I can quickly jump on to Etherscan, for example. because I think if I jump onto Etherscan, it might show you a good view of what that's like. Yeah, it's not showing it properly here. Analytics, maybe. I know that. Well, anyway, there's 549 trillion Shiba Inu tokens, and all of those are in circulation, which means that if we're going to burn them, it means that people who are holding the Shiba Inu tokens themselves at some point are going to have to, somehow, like maybe sacrifice some of their tokens, probably in exchange for something. So and it's probably, it'll make it an easier portal for people to do voluntary burns. Not everyone wants to go jump onto MetaMask or onto their exchange and then send their SHIB tokens directly to a burn wallet. So I believe the ShibaSwap portal will probably be a facility where people can make that a lot easier to do. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So what are your thoughts? How do you think that burn portal is going to work? I personally think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a good idea if they incentivize it, if they find a way that, I once made a video where if people can, click on the burn tile, and then, anyone who opts to burn a certain amount, they get a certain type of, there's a certain incentive, like a tiered incentive, where people who burn certain amounts, within a certain time frame, maybe get preferential access to, some sort of, NFTs or something. I'm not sure exactly how. My screen isn't fully clear. Okay, cool. I'm just having a look at Denzel Davies said my screen isn't fully clear. Which part can you not see, mate? Maybe I'll just try. If I do that, is it clear? Okay, just let me know if it's clear. And I'm just going to read some of the comments. Someone says, yeah, the AMA was definitely pretty crazy. I think they dropped a lot of new things and a lot of new information. So that was definitely pretty cool. And that's the purpose of today's AMA. We're just gonna chat through some of that. So that was the first big thing. Unfortunately, they didn't really drop any additional info, concerning how that's going to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. Milkshake did say that she will. That the Shiba Inu team is going to probably give more details about what that burn portal is going to look like in a future, how can I call it, in a future blog post. So we'll see how that turns out. So then the next big thing, I think they spent a lot of time talking about the metaverse. So what did you guys think about the metaverse announcement yesterday? It was pretty much when Archangel was talking, and he pretty much spoke at length about the Shiba Inu lands. And I think in my previous video, I just gave a quick summary. So basically, Shiba Inu is building a metaverse. It's currently codenamed the Shibverse. And in the Shibverse, there's going to be a total of 99,000 plots of land, which are 10 by 10. And that must be some sort of sizing, which are available. But at the moment, 35,000 plots of land are going to be immediately available for sale. And these, which are immediately available for sale, it's available for anyone who holds LEASH. I think for the first 10 days, my understanding is for the first 10 days, anyone who holds LEASH, and you don't have to exchange it for something, you just have to hold it. If you hold LEASH within ShibaSwap, I think there's a function which will allow you to lock it. If you lock it for a period of 10 days, then you have you have preferential access to be able to buy the Shiba Inu land in Ethereum token. So I do know a lot of people were wondering why they were saying, like, why are lands being bought in ETH and not in SHIB? And that's a pretty good question, because if the land was actually being purchased in SHIB, at face value, obviously that would mean that the value of the potential value of the SHIB token would rise and stuff. But my understanding of this is, I think there's an article about it. Let me just see if I can quickly find it. My understanding of this is it's a funding thing. So when people are building metaverses, usually the first thing which gets built, the first stage which gets sold off, are the NFTs for the land, and people use that land to be able to fund the rest of the project. So it's I'd say it's primarily a funding thing. So all the funds and that's why it's being done in Ethereum, because if everyone was to buy the metaverse land in SHIB, let's say 30 million or 500 million, whatever, of SHIB, that's going to be immediately sold because they're going to have to hire developers, 3D artists, graphics designers, maybe audio people in order to build a metaverse, because metaverses are essentially you know uh, digital environments, really big digital environments and stuff like that, and and they're going to have to hire coders, and that's ultimately not good for the Shiba Inu price. If it just it'll definitely pump after the Shiba is purchased, but then it'll dump after because they have to spend it. So that's their reasoning, and I got that information from this article here. This article from Planet Crypto over here says that the Shiba Inu project is going to be funded with ETH and not Shiba Inu ecosystem tokens. And what I've just explained is, I guess that's pretty much why they're going to do it. And I find that's pretty interesting. And I think there, and regarding Metaverse land sales, I think about 2,000 of them. I don't know if this 2,000 comes from, if it's an addition to this, but 2,000 of those are also set aside for Shiboshis holders. So basically, Shiboshis holders won't need to hold LEASH because they have Shiboshis, but they'll have pretty much the same sort of access to be able to buy SHIB land as well. So so that's pretty interesting. So for any of you who hold Shiboshis, that's probably a good thing. And interestingly, that's an additional utility for Shiboshis. I think they're doing like a multi-pronged, they're trying to give utility to each aspect of the ecosystem, whether it's Bone, LEASH, SHIB, and Shiboshis. Shiboshis is getting utility because now it is, it gets what we call exclusive preferential access to things like the metaverse, and they also get passive income. So that's actually really interesting. Currently, we can only stake our SHIB ecosystem tokens, and we can provide liquidity and earn Bone rewards. But at the moment, Shiboshis don't have that ability, but they now do have that ability to earn additional Bone rewards, and I think that's pretty cool. So those of you who own Shiboshis, I'm just going to have a look. I think the floor price has gone up again. It seems to be jumping between, sometimes it's a little bit above 1 ETH, but most of the time the floor price is relatively solid. And I do think that over time this will be like, or a lot of people who are in the Shiboshi social club really think that this has a potential to become a 10 plus ETH NFT. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll just jump on to the next one. Let's just see the questions. Any idea roughly what the bottom for Bitcoin and SHIB could look like in the coming weeks? Good question, right? Well, to be honest, like the market at the moment is not good. And obviously because we've had the war, the declarations of war and the attacks and stuff which are happening in Russia and Ukraine. That and in addition to the negative sentiment, prospects of regulation, it's really not. It's not looking good for the crypto market and for the stock market as well. So I'd say I've been I've had a bearish sort of look for the past, like pretty much for most of February because of that news. So I'm not surprised that Bitcoin has gone down here. I think there's actually a potential for the crypto market to drop significantly again, probably even 10%. Why do I think that? Well, if the escalations continue to happen in in Russia and stuff, like generally negative things like war do affect finance markets. So I think that's going to happen with that'll definitely impact finance markets. And so like look, that's definitely one thing. And there's also, I think, some crypto regulation is coming out this week. It might even be announced like today or tomorrow. Crypto regulation, particularly concerning stable coins from the US government. So if that comes out negatively, in combination with this war, I can definitely see the crypto markets falling. So it's definitely a lot of fear in the market at the moment. I sometimes like using this. Let's have a look at the fear and greed index. Fear and greed index. Let's just see what that looks like at the moment. So the fear and greed index at the moment is 23. So we're back down to the 23. So this is in the extreme fear category. So to answer your question, I could think it could go down to even 30 or maybe 33, 32 if I'm to be bearish in sort of in perspective. And but otherwise we've got much to no one can predict anything, but that's just a perspective, which, a possibility which could happen. And then we also have, I think, oh yeah, back on the Shiba Inu Metaverse. I think I spoke about that quite a bit. And then we've got a zoning. So this is just an example. This is not something from Shiba Inu, but this is just like an image which I'm using to illustrate. So basically, they say that the main part of the Shiba Inu Metaverse is going to be a section called the dog park. So in the dog park, I have no idea what that's probably going to be, like the CBD of the Shiba Inu Metaverse, and all the lands around it will be zoned. There'll be various zones, maybe zone A, B, C, or something like that. And the ones which are closest to the Shiba Inu dog park will have higher costs, because it's kind of like just like real land. Land which is lands and houses which are closer to the city tend to be higher value. So I think they pretty much going on that same sort of principle. And then people will have to bid for all of this sort of land, and pretty much using the same sort of systems. We don't know what the pricing and stuff is going to be, but just I'm going to do my best to try get some land, depending on the price and my pocket and stuff. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people do or say about that. So I'll be interested to know, do you guys, would you guys get any land on the Shiba Inu Metaverse? Because I think like land is pretty popular in metaverses. For those, I've never actually played Decentraland or the Sandbox, but I know land is a big deal. I think land is, I forget how much. It's definitely over 1 ETH, maybe even 10 ETH for certain pieces of land in Decentraland and the Sandbox. And I think over time, land will probably be really valuable in these things. So would you guys buy land? Yeah, I definitely think would. Yeah, just let me know in the comment sections if you guys would buy land in the Shiba Inu Metaverse. All right, let's see what else was discussed. I think we also had a bit of talk from William Volk. Pretty much nothing new came, like as far as I was concerned from there. We do know that in the background that there's Shiba Inu games which are currently under development. I personally think that by August or so, we should be able to get some sort of updates. That's probably the big thing, which is probably going to put Shiba Inu on the map, at least in the non-crypto side. And I think William and Queenie spoke, and they pretty much said that part of the Shiba Inu strategy in having two, one leg in the crypto side and one leg in the non-crypto side is generally the non-crypto side can is a lot bigger, because it'll be a free-to-play game. So there'll be a lot of, and I think the reason why they chose a collectible card game is that those type of games are actually really popular. I am a little bit of a gamer, but I'm not a big fan of the card type games. I usually just like to point and shoot. Most of the time I'm not too much into strategy all the time, but that stuff is really big, and people do throw a lot of money at it. Like the biggest card type games make millions a year, and that's Shitoshi's perspective. They're hoping that the non-crypto game will be able to generate millions a year, at least in revenue, and at the same time be able to draw people's attention from the non-crypto game to the blockchain version of the game. And that blockchain version of the game is pretty much going to be using the same art styles, but it might have its own unique twists, and also it'll be able to bring value to the ecosystem tokens and stuff like that. I'll try and see what else was there. I think, and they spoke about the burns as well. A lot of people are going to be interested in burns. Have you guys gone to this shipburn.com? I haven't seen it recently, but I just jumped on. Pretty interesting. So at shipburn.com, it actually shows all the burns which happen all the time. So there's burns which happen on a daily basis. Some of them are from the Shiboshis. The ones which are like, I think, looks here, all the ones which are Shiboshis will actually say the Shiboshi. So every time somebody renames their Shiboshi, it burns, looks like about 1.8 million, or it's just $100 actually worth, whatever $100 worth of Shiba is. That's how much gets burnt. And that's interesting. And there's also like a bunch of other random burns, like this person here burnt for 10 mil, And but somebody yesterday burnt 444. Is that four? Yeah, it's 444 million, and yeah, all those bunch of four. That's a big amount of burn right there. So it'll be interesting to see if that was a voluntary burn or if it was part of some project. And yeah, it's interesting to see what that happens. Yeah, let's have a look at the comments. Yeah, yeah. Thomas Jones says, "Buy Shiba Inu now." Actually, I have been waiting for this price point because I have a particular amount of SHIB which I'm trying to reach, and yeah, these are the price points which I'll probably buy at. So I'll probably wait. I might buy some SHIB now, or I could probably wait in the next week because the market sentiments are not good at the moment. It's extreme fear, and usually these are good buying opportunities. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that. Melvin Fernandez says crypto for online gaming is online gambling is a great idea. Yeah, I've heard of that as well. There's actually a few. There's actually not a lot of crypto gambling, initiatives. At least which I know of. I think there's one called it's like a horse racing crypto based game, which is always being spoken of by Alex Becker. But I definitely know that. Well, I definitely think that crypto gambling will be big. Actually, people on PancakeSwap do have some sort of gambling facility on PancakeSwap. It'll be interesting to see if that happens on what's it called, on ShibaSwap. And I think that is. I've just lost my burn portal. I was just looking for. No, it's this. I've just lost my little thing over here. Let me just bring it back. And I think they spoke a little bit about that. And then Doggy DAO. Yeah, it'll be good to know. Oh yeah, D Race. That's the one. D Race. I think I even bought some D Race at some stage. So um, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's down as well in the market at the moment. It'll be good if that one pumps because I definitely hold a little bit of D Race. Yeah, then we got the Doggy DAO. I think the Doggy DAO. There's two stages right now. We're in the beta phase, and I think I did. Yeah, I definitely did vote in the Doggy DAO. You just go to ShibaSwap, click on the voting, and let me just have a look and see how far we're at. So right now we're in the week which started February 18, and the results at the moment it looks like the biggest is, well, it's actually moved quite a bit. I actually thought that the leash SHIB pair, yeah, the leash SHIB pair is still number one, and there's a bunch of others. Ryoshi is also doing well. Sushi, ETH is also doing well. Mana is also doing well. So it looks like a lot more people have voted, or at least since the last time I did a video on this, a lot more people have voted on this. So the idea is that over time, all these crypto projects will start competing. They'll probably start tweeting and making videos and stuff like that to try and promote engagement from the Shiba Inu community. And one thing which the Shiba Inu community likes a lot is burns. So it's very likely that we might see some voluntary burns happening from projects like this, just so that in a way to woo people to be able to vote for their projects and stuff. And I think that's the sort of idea which the SHIB with the SHIB team which is going for burns to be like properly decentralized and stuff like that. These are the sort of things which are mechanisms which people are building, so that over time, as the months and the years go by, that there'll be constant decrease, like a constant stream of burns which are happening at the moment. I think maybe 10 to 15, maybe even 20 burns happen a day. But once Shibarium starts coming, we'll start having literally hundreds and thousands of burns, probably of very small amount, but then that'll just continue giving some deflationary pressure to the SHIB token. And it'll be interesting to see what that turns out to be like. And of course, I think I spoke about Shiboshis NFTs. The only other thing which I probably haven't spoken about, I think there was something from Willys. Yep, there is Willys as well. Actually, I saw this thing on Willys. I love seeing this clip. I'm a big burger eater, and I love seeing it. Like, I love seeing burgers being cooked. So Yeah, I wonder if this is their stock footage or if this is their own stuff. Anyway, with Willys, they are going to be starting in 2023. We're going to start seeing some franchises start to happen. They haven't talked about what countries that are going to be in. If it's going to be more ones in Italy, it'll be good to have them. Obviously wherever you guys are. But if one ever comes near me or in drivable distance, I'll definitely be you know up for that. Like if a Wellies was to come wherever you guys are in the world at the moment, would you go? Like, would you like, how far would you drive, just to try some Wellies? Yeah, I wonder how far you guys have you guys watched that movie? Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and they drove like thousands of you know kilometers or miles or whatever. I'd probably do that for Wellies, and I'll probably live stream the whole thing. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. And let's see what else was talked about. Um, yeah, I'll look at my video and look at some comments. There were some interesting comments. Not everyone was a big fan of it. I'm trying to look. Okay, cool. Yeah, there was some negative comments, but yeah, I guess that's the one. Yeah. Some people say, well, the AMN was ask me nothing, and they answered nothing. Yeah, that's a common one. Like a lot of people, it, it's you can't please everybody. I mean, I think the poll here already showed that 27. That's like nearly 1/3 of people were not really impressed by the AMA, and yeah, I do see comments of that. Okay, so Habanero says he'll drive 1,000 miles. Yeah, 1,000 miles for Wellies. Yeah, man, you should. 1,000 miles. That's heaps. That's like more than from here to. Well, I'm in Australia. That's probably like from here to. Is it to Perth or something? Yeah, man. 1,000 miles. Go for it, bruh. Yeah, just make sure you have heaps of Wellies. That'll be pretty cool. I'm just trying to read through some comments. Someone here says all they did was talk about other things besides the coin, and they're never going to do burns. It's like it'll take years before they put in, and that's a common thing. Like a lot of people have this really short-term perspective of Shiba Inu, and it's probably from people who are new to it. Like anything which is built, it takes time. It takes time to build a decentralized exchange. Remember, it took how long it took for Shibaswap to come out. So um, now we're building a blockchain, an L2 blockchain, and a metaverse, and games. So, and I think those are a lot more complex. Those are a lot more complex than, you know, than a DEX is. So if people can't, wait months, for the development of a game, then, it's probably the wrong place to be, because it will take a lot of these things will take time to build. And once they're up and running, that's when you're going to start seeing an uptick on these burns, because Shiba Inu's burns, they come from utility. So I can't understand people who really hope that there's some magic button which the developers are not pressing, which if they press it, it will burn 50% of the supply. Whoever thinks like that, it's obviously doesn't understand how crypto works. But that's the game that we live in at the moment. I'm just looking for negative comments. What is the use? No use. Shiba only hype. No pump. Yep. Yeah, I do like reading negative comments sometimes. So yeah, this person is saying that SHIB is only hype, and that's probably for something like, I don't think SHIB is hype. What my understanding from the Shiba Inu team is, they don't want to overhype. They don't want to talk about everything which they have. They don't talk about all the deals which they have, because Shiba Inu, if you just go to Coin Market Cap, for example, and if you just type Inu, there's literally, like it says here, the results are over 100 other tokens, just Inu, and I couldn't even just type SHIB, and there's also 100 tokens which have SHIB in it. So there's a lot of copycats, and and usually people who are like, a lot of these people, they can build things sometimes a lot faster, because you can build something which looks like Shibaswap, for example, in a matter of hours, after an announcement of Shibaswap, and then people can scam people into doing that. So safety is one of the big things which Shiba Inu is trying to mitigate. because anything they announce, best believe there'll be scammers who will try and build something. So that's why they keep a lot of their cards to their chest, and they send a lot of cryptic tweets and stuff like that, because it's mostly for the safety of the community. At least that's my perspective. And I'm just looking for, yeah. And by the way, obviously, guys, you should. I try my best to remove a lot of these scammers. There's a lot of scammers and stuff like that, and like if you remove one, another one comes up. So it's hard. So if you can, you should always, like, on whatever channel that you watch, the best thing people can do is to report them. To report them, and if you have your own channel, if you remove them as well, that'll definitely help. And this one person says, the last AMA was trash, just giggling on promotion of things to buy. They didn't address the burn strategy in detail. That is true, that we didn't get any details, and I agree with that. But I guess details will come with time. And yeah, personally, like, not to completely agree with someone, like, but my personal view is, I think sometimes if they have an AMA, it would be good to have some detailed discussions, because I would say 2/3 of that we probably already knew, and one third of it was new information, and a lot of it was just a lot of rehashing. But that's probably my perspective, because I cover SHIB a lot, so obviously I know quite a bit about it, and I think that's why some people sort of complain for that. Looks like I can't find any more negative comments, except obviously a bunch of spam. And I think that was pretty much most of the things. I just wanted to come here just to quickly get a sense of what the community was thinking, about the Shiba AMA. I think I'll sign off for that, guys. So it's almost evening time for me here. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Are you like, what do you guys think about what's going to happen in crypto over the next week or so? Do you guys think Bitcoin is going to drop some more, or Shiba is going to drop some more? And yeah, just let me know in the comments section there. And actually, there was one more thing from Shitoshi, I believe. Shitoshi mentioned, it might be gone by now, but there's Forever and Ever. I think they're having a partnership with a fashion brand. Like, that's honestly seems like what's going to be happening. If I just look over here, I'm just going to look for something from Shitoshi. Looks like yeah, there's a bunch of things I could talk here about. Yeah, and it looks like Shiba Inu had another partnership with I think it was another, like, a finance organization. But anyway, I can't seem to find it over here. But he did mention here, this one here. He said to Watch a Guru that SHIB will be best dressed forever and ever, and within the next week or so, we should be able to get this. That's what Queenie said. She said a week. So if it's not here by Friday, well, it better be here by Friday. Well, we hope that whatever this is gets announced, and that's awesome. Cool. Also, yeah, SHIB Army New Zealand, you've got what, 890 mil SHIB. Yeah, that's cool, bro. I'm about halfway there as well. I used to want to build, but then SHIB started mooning before I got there. So I've got about a half a million SHIB at the moment. Good morning, SHIB Army Amsterdam. It's actually good evening for me here, but good morning for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch the recording, mate, because we're just about to finish. I was just pretty much talking about the AMA. We just did some responses to the AMA, so you're gonna have to check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Whatever time it is in the world, I'll check you guys out. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Peace.